All right, the art sleeves have come in from Dragon Shield, and I've got a few things sleeved up here to do the shuffle test. Real quick though, the print looks pretty good here. The only real issue I have is they have this D in the bottom center that is apparently for centering the sleeve as it runs through the printer, so you don't get off-center margins. But it blends in pretty well, especially with these designs. So it's not too terrible to look at, but it is a complaint that I do have. So the test here is going to be to shuffle rigorously with these sleeves and just make sure that nothing is splitting. No sleeves are, breaking really easily. So I've got a single sleeved pile of 60 cards here. I just used a bunch of bulk foils that I use for foiling cards. And then here I've got my Reanimator deck, and this is double sleeved. So with double sleeving, it kind of creates a little more space between each sleeve and allows for mass shuffling to be a little smoother. So I wanted to do both because I know not everyone double sleeves, and I want to make sure that the quality of the shuffle is good for both people. So what I figure I'll do is I'll just run these through a ton of shuffles, like, I don't know, let's say 20 F&M's worth of shuffles or something like that. And we'll obviously speed that up in the video so you don't have to watch through that. But then we'll just inspect the sleeves after all that shuffling is done and see how they look after the fact. So here we go, shuffling up. I think I'm just gonna do, let's say one match is 3 games, and you're probably gonna play 5 matches in an F&M, and you wanna shuffle like, I don't know, 10 times each match. Ooh, plus fetch lands. Oh man. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna shuffle for like, I don't know, half an hour straight or something like that. I'm just gonna put on some music and do a bunch of shuffling. All right. That was a lot of shuffling. These feel great. They feel a little different compared to the matte sleeves, and that's likely just due to the texture. They do have a bit of texture. It's like I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a bunch of little ridges that are running, I guess if you hold the sleeve face up, they're running horizontally across the sleeve, almost like if you could imagine just a huge paintbrush had brushed like the white base layer onto there or something is kind of what it looks like. So there's a little texture, and that's nice for helping to create a little bit of an air pocket between each sleeve, and also dirt and oils from your hands and grime and things like that can kind of settle into the grooves the way they do in the texture on the matte sleeves, and that kind of keeps the sleeves sliding smoothly across each other, even when you've got sleeves that are a little older and have been a little more used. So that's pretty nice. I feel like sleeves moving across, it's pretty important for them not to stick and get kind of gummed up. I feel like that's where you see your old sleeves starting to have issues, where you pick up all your lands off the table and all your creatures, and then you kind of mash them together and you have land clumps, creature clumps, that kind of thing. So these feel great. Double sleeve feels a little bit better. I'm not sure if that's just because that's more what I'm used to. I did notice with the single sleeving, there are a few times where you'll go to mash them together and there's just a little more resistance. Things just kind of like don't quite want to, I think it's just more, the ends of the sleeves not having a big gap to move into between the other sleeves compared to the double sleeve, but both are great. They feel really good. I'm excited to try these out. see how they do in terms of like long-term value. I usually like to keep my sleeves pretty clean, so especially if I'm playing in like a competitive event, I'll try to get new sleeves, even if the ones I'm using are a little bit dinged up. But for something like a casual draft or commander deck or whatever, it's not as big of an issue. So I will say that I still think I prefer the matte, the feel of the matte sleeves, but these feel really good in comparison. And honestly, when I'm shuffling them, I can't really tell a difference between the smoothness of the shuffle. And so I think I'm just biased with the mattes because it's kind of what I've used for a long time, and haven't really touched art sleeves or other brands even after finding Dragon Shield. I've just kind of always gone with them. So I think that might be a little bit of bias, and I'm excited to see how these do in the long run. But in terms of selling these, I do feel comfortable saying that these are good quality. And these are, like I said, I got some of the dual matte sleeves last month. And the first box I opened up, I had a sleeve splitting every time I'd, play a match. So sometimes even like multiple, I'd be like shuffling after a fetch land and just, oh, there's another sleeve cracked. So no issues like that here, which feels really good. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to let you guys try these out with your decks as well and get them on the market. Thanks.